cross. It's a powerful symbol. At 3a, in the ways that we can relate this text to other texts that we're familiar with, you can obviously ask for you, what is the most powerful scene in any movie where an innocent person goes to punishment? Where an innocent person gets jacked and does it heroically. Okay? Now obviously, the Miller audience would immediately go to the crucifixion of Christ as an example of a complete innocent who is going to be condemned and will only accept his condemnation in silence, a powerful silence, a silence of courage. What's for you your best film about courage and the notion of being courageous in the face of challenges? Finally, at 3b, we have to ask some questions that are very personal here, of course. Let's ask several. Question 1. What are your thoughts about the decision John Proctor makes to go ahead and to take death as opposed to a bad rep? I've had juniors that say, this doesn't make any sense. Everybody in the community, either now or in the future, is going to realize these are totally trumped up charges. This is complete fabrication. And so saying, yeah, sure, I'm a part of it, allows him to stay alive so that he can, for example, take care of his three children and his wife. You know, his wife's about to have another child. Is it, in your estimation, courageous for John Proctor? Do you think he did the right thing by tearing up the paper? Or would you have done something different? Would you have gone ahead? Would you have signed the document? Would you have allowed for everybody to think bad of you, but at least you got to be saved? Many people have said John Proctor was ready to do it right up until the moment he saw Rebecca Nurse. And when he saw Rebecca Nurse and she said, "Oh no, John, you didn't do this," then he's like, "Oh man, I cannot do this. I cannot go free by signing something." And somebody like Rebecca, who he has tremendous respect for, she's going to go ahead and stand by her guns. Do you have a lot of respect for people who stand up even though they know they're going to get jacked? In your situation in your life, interesting question. Have you ever stood up for something that you knew was right, even though you were going to get punished for it? Did you ever not do that? And how do you feel about that now? How does this play resonate for you? Do you agree, I guess is the question, with Elizabeth at the end of the play? He have his goodness now. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like that is a legitimate way to end the play? And finally, of course, we can ask this question: what are your feelings about the end of the play? How do you come to the end of this play? How do you process what all has transpired? We'll now turn and we'll study an actual viewing of this play, the Winona Ryder that we were reading about a few seconds ago, Daniel Day-Lewis film. And we'll be paying attention to the ways in which the interpretation by the actors makes this a far more compelling play, as we would obviously hope to see, than it is to simply read. Well, there you go, an introduction to Arthur Miller's classic, and more particularly Act 4. Thank you.